Welcome to an oracle card reading. So I have two different pulls today for you. So take a moment to ask yourself if you need message one or message two. Go with your first instinct on what card you're going to be listening to today. So two different spreads for you, two different pulls really. I'm going to be channeling as I do these. So there might be moments where I'm pausing as I'm trying to get some clarity around these cards and around who is needing to hear the message. We have two different messages today. The first one, and I'll show this card, is intuition. So we see a woman. She has either a hat or a blue halo around her, and she has a third eye literally drawn on her forehead. This is the card of intuition, and I feel this message is simple but very important, and one that I really want you to take in, like take in deep into your heart, of trusting yourself. Like, this is a card that is saying you need to trust yourself. You can ask everyone else under the sun what they think, their opinions, their ideas. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You need to go with what you feel on the situation or person that you are thinking about when you did this reading, whether it be one or two. I just feel like like you really do know. And if you feel you don't know, if you're someone being like, actually, Sarah, no, I don't know. That's why I'm here watching this. I want you to get outside. I want you to get in a quiet space. I want you to write a letter to yourself coming from this place of honesty. Like, if honesty could talk, what would they say? And just let yourself really speak your truth. That feels so important right now. Like, there is something bubbling up out of you that needs to be said or needs to be at least acknowledged by you. And then I feel a little bit of fear of like, oh, but if I'm honest, what's the outcome of this situation? Because I feel that is a bit of this fear of holdback, of being honest with oneself. And I did a clarifying card for both pulls. The clarifier for intuition is third harvest. So there is a woman, she's in a field, she's gathering wheat. This is speaking to the third harvest that is done when we're gathering the last bit of crops that might be in the field before winter really comes. And it's important, I think, that I note that this is a Samhain based deck. So it's very seasonally specific to what we have going on right now over in the States. Third harvest is this card of even when you think there's not much left, because this is like the last of what we can gather from our garden, from our fields. There is something to be grateful for. There is bounty. There is something to celebrate. When we pair this with intuition, it's this message of there is a reward for following your intuition. There is something good that is meant to come out of this. Part of it is having some gratitude and looking for all the abundance you do have in your life. But the other is asking, if my intuition is right, what is the best case scenario here? What could go well? Can I believe in that outcome? This feels a bit like energy needs to be cleared out of your head. Like, I'm really wanting you to do some breathing, do some meditating, like clear that third eye space, as you saw in the first card, where, where we're talking about intuition coming from, third eye and crown. I just feel like this upper area for you, we need to clear it out. So part of your homework, in addition to listening to yourself, is creating this channel so that you really can hear your own wisdom. Remembering that this is not coming from the outside. This is not external sources weighing in and then you being like, I knew I was right. Like, no, you need to back yourself. And I feel you, like, maybe even thinking of a character, an artist, an icon, someone that you feel embodies this energy so strong and really backs themselves and has confidence. Like, that's what I want you to embody. I want you to have some edge. I want you to have some confidence. Like, maybe you think of a professional athlete that you look up to, or someone who you're just like, wow, they're feeling themselves. They're very confident. Like, take some of that. Imagine being that way. How would that feel? And how would you act if you believed you were that good? If you believed that this was going to work out and that your intuition was right? And can you remember that this is meant to be a positive thing? There's meant to be reward from this, even if in the moment it's not feeling that way. Third harvest is not first and second harvest. This is not when things are still green, right? You can see in this card, it's browns, but it's there. It's so important. This is wheat, right? That's going to get ground down and then it's going to make bread and it's going to give us so much nourishment as the winter is coming and as there is this shift. So to me, this is very much about like filling the soul up. Okay, that is my card one. Now we're going to jump into card two. Okay, for my card two, this is where, again, we're going to do some channeling. If you saw the first reading, you saw that I close my eyes a lot. That's how I'm really tapping in. My card twos, we have the card apples. We have a hooded woman in the woods. She's carrying this huge basket of red apples with her. The first thing I thought of when I saw this was Snow White mixed with some Red Riding Hood. So that's kind of like the energy of where we're starting. When I feel into this card, the woman is caring for the apples, and I get the sensation that she is really wanting to protect these apples. Like she's feeling protective of it. And it's possible that maybe not all these apples in the bunch are good. Like maybe some need to be discarded. Maybe we need to look at what we are keeping close to ourselves right now and can we let go of things? Like, is there something that isn't serving us, a person, a situation, a habit? Like, where can we be honest with ourselves and do a little cleaning before we bring these apples in or before we share them with others? There's almost this little energy of hoarding I feel in this card where I feel it's like a little scarcity mindset coming in. The woods are very bare. She's the only thing pictured in this card. She has this red cape keeping her warm. She has more than enough apples, but it does feel like some scarcity is entering the scene. And so looking at your life, like where are you feeling scarce? Where can you kick out that way of thinking and focus on the good things around you? Um, I want to. So we have a card that pairs with this. This is the veil, right? We have a ghosty ghost bride, is how I see her, and she's carrying an extinguished candle. This deck is a little spooky, so bear with me if that's not your vibe. It is very Samhain, which I love. I feel when I look at this card, like it feels a little scary. I'm a little nervous of her, but I get the feeling I don't need to be. The veil is speaking about this crossover of feeling into the other side, our spirit team, our ancestors, our loved ones. It's being able to tap into the unseen realm. And so, even noticing, like, is there anything energetically or spiritually that you feel needs to get cleared out? And then can you lean on your benevolent, kind, loving ancestors? Can you invite these kind spirits in? Can you take time to like feel into the veil being thin and using it to protect yourself, to receive guidance? Overall, in these two cards, I feel fear, but that's not what I'm wanting at all for the person who is receiving this. I'm feeling like we need to move away from fear. There's enough resources for all, and there's enough support for everyone. Like the spiritual side of all things, and like the energetic spiritual team who's here to support you, everyone has them. There's not a limited number of guides available or like supportive beings. And once we hit the max, like sucks to suck, you don't get one. Like everyone has these team members. And I'm really feeling this call to remember you are divinely protected, you are supported. Something in your life, though, is lovingly being asked to be taken out and taken away, and to be honest with yourself on what that is. This woman can like very quickly go from she's a witch who's here to trick like the young maiden and make her eat the poisoned apple, to she is someone who is safeguarding apples to give to community, and this can be a sense of care from this. It tiptoes like back and forth, and I think part of this is like you getting the free will to decide like what energy are you going to be carrying right now in this season? Can you share your apples? Can you discard those rotten ones? And can you use the veil as a supportive tool and others on the other side of the veil? Can you feel your loved ones with you? Can you light a candle for them? Can you set an altar? Can you bring them in for protection, peace, guidance, love? Okay, my dears. I'm sending you so much love. Let me know if this resonated, which card you picked. I'm always so curious to hear. Take care.